Gosh, this beautiful weather is still continuing on and I can't decide what to wear today. It is Tuesday. My Hello Fashion cover came out today, which I'm feeling all kinds of giddy and I've just kind of been soaking up the moment, so my day has got away from me. But it's been an exciting day. It is an exciting day. It has been an exciting day. First of all, this is the day before Claudia and Mike get married, like officially married, their UK wedding. I'm sadly not going to the UK wedding, but I'm gonna go and help her set up the reception area because I believe her florist let her down last minute. So I'm stepping in with zero experience, but all of the gear, no idea, and hopefully I can help her set up at the pub near where she lives. Obviously the cover came out this morning, so I am just like giddy on cloud nine, but I also I had so many things, so many lovely things arrive this morning. This one, I think it made me cry, so if it doesn't make any of you cry, oh my goodness me. If you don't know, on a lot of my like personal projects, so my Christmas cards, our labels for our produce, I've worked with the most wonderful human. You know when someone is just like human sunshine, and what she does is absolutely beautiful. So I'm wearing one earring as well. I've got so much to tell you. This was one of the things that arrived this morning and it nearly, oh my god, it actually did completely set me off. The most wonderful gift from Mihail's studio, and she is just the most talented artist ever. Let me close the window. Mr. Millen Gordon is working on a garden project and Porter is supervising the operation. So she basically has drawn me Bluebell in the Bluebells, and I love the script at the bottom where it says Bluebell there. She's also, this is the attention to detail that she realises. There's no glass, because she knows I don't like glass on artwork. And this is, I'm pretty certain, she has painted, yes, you've painted this in Farrow and Boulevard de Terre, haven't you? So it goes beautifully in my dressing room, and genuinely, it does go beautifully in my dressing room. So I'm gonna pop this somewhere exceptionally prominent. Oh my gosh, I would order one of these of Lynx, you know? Like of all my animals that I've loved and lost. Oh, she's so beautiful. Thank you so much, Alana. You are honestly a dream come true of a human, and you just have such a way of capturing things that I am in awe of. Onto my earrings. I am wearing the most beautiful, like I have to show you these pairs of earrings. They are from the new Jennifer Behr collection, and I love Jennifer Behr so much. And of course, she comes through with the absolute most flattering, especially if you've got small earlobes, gold earrings for spring summer. So what I love about these is they have this really sort of vintage rope detailing around the edges, but for me it's where the post sits. This is the most important factor of these kinds of earrings. The post sits in the middle, which means that it sits higher up on your ear. It's these sort of design details that I pay such close attention to, and these are the earrings that I'm actually going to wear today. However, this pair of earrings are going to blow your socks off. I really wish, I'm going to put my husband in the bin in a minute. No, I'm not. I love that he does jobs for me, but he did just chop back my blackberry bush. I'm still struggling to come to terms with that, so bear with me. There could be divorce. But these are going to be my like occasion earrings of choice for spring summer, and I am not usually a coloured gemstone type of person, but these are exquisite. The sage green in there, the baby blue, those slightly more emerald tones, and that touch of pink. Let me show you them on. If you can bear the sound of the leaf blower, the other woman in our relationship, you can see these earrings in. Look at this. Oh my gosh. So beautiful. With like white dresses, this is gonna look stunning. So I had to show you those. I am going to wear these gold ones today actually, because I think that they work beautifully with this vintage belt. Speaking of vintage, speaking of design details, I bought a new handbag, guys. Well, I say I bought it. I worked with eBay. Gosh, it was over a year ago, and part of the collaboration was that I had some credit to spend on eBay, and I'm really funny with credit. I'll spend my money, but credit, I'm like, no, it's sacred. You save it and you don't spend it until it's something special. I don't know why I'm like this, but that is what happened in this case. And when I wore this Tanner Kroll bag to Claudia's bridal shower, I really loved it, and I actually looked at the design details of this and I realised why I love this bag so much. So This is the perfect burgundy shade. What I love is that it feels vintage and it feels elegant, but it feels modern. It doesn't have too much detail. There's not a lot of faff to this. It's very clean and it's very minimalist, but then it has this really elevated clasp detail. Now I have some design elements that I would like to change to it. I would like it to be less thick. I think we could go for a sort of petite malle style of this bag. I don't really need to put anything in it, in all honesty. We could make it slimmer and maybe a touch wider, in all honesty. Now they actually do offer the opportunity to custom make their bags, and I think it might be something that I do in like an ivory if I get the wear out of this other one that I got, because you can then reduce the width. I could potentially make it slightly wider, but that's what I love about this. This is what makes me feel like this is what it is about this particular style that I realised made me feel the same way that I did about my mini Kellys. It was this sort of minimalist detail. There's literally zero branding other than an embossing as well, first and foremost, but also it's the simplicity of it and the beautiful leather. So I really loved wearing this, and it is very roomy inside. I have to be honest, it is roomy. There's a lot of space in there. I just don't think I quite need that much. I never did in the past, so you know. So I loved wearing that, and then I spotted a brand new tan option on eBay. Again, getting a brand new bag for 300 quid on eBay. And so I got it in the tan as well. And I think that this might be my sort of mini elevated bag of choice for spring, summer. Just like, you know, I just love the way it feels, so elegant and minimalist, but also you can see the beauty in the craftsmanship. It's not perfect. There are a few scratches on it and the handle has obviously been squashed a bit, so there's a crack. But this bag I think is usually like 2,300 and I got it for like 300 quid. So for me, that was a win. And my other one is missing a foot. This one is not missing a foot. So I was very happy about that. So loving these. Do you know what I'd also like? A chain strap instead of the leather strap that goes with it. I'd like a chain strap with a little leather tab instead. And I think that's it, to be honest, you know. So just a few design details that I would like to change. Listen, I'm a bag lover and I know what I like in bags. And I think I'm going to start a series. Let me know what you think. But I think I'm going to start reviewing handbags as like a little side video. I'm probably going to say this and I'll never get around to doing it because I'm always chasing my tail. Yes, I'd like to do a bit of a series on timeless classic bags that like have more of a focus on craftsmanship, not so much branding. I think Hermes always walked that line, I think, quite well. There was the craftsmanship, the leathers, the finish, they really did. I think it's just a little bit too much now for me, not too much in an overwhelming sense, it's just I can't justify what comes with owning those bags, and so I've gone in search of other ones, and these aren't just going to be luxury bags. I've actually ordered a bag from eBay that was an M&S bag for £18 and I'm going to review it. It's what I would like to do, just little short snippet videos where I'm like, this is the bag and this is what I think. This is maybe what I would change. This is maybe what I wouldn't change. This is what I love about it, this is how I'll use it, and this is how I'll style it up, perhaps. Let me know what you think. Because I have this love of handbags and I think that my design eye for them is, I think I've got a good eye. If I'm allowed to blow my own trumpet, I think I've got a good eye for handbags. And obviously I know people are like, oh, you're designing your own handbag collection with Fairfax and Favour. I know. You know that because I told you. It's not something I'm trying to hide. And it's something that I'm hopefully putting all of these things that I've learned about handbags and that I love about handbags into to create bags that I think are going to bring something wonderful to the space. That's just me personally. But anyway, so I thought I'd show you that. What a bargain. On eBay as well. I loved that. And I think it just looks beautiful on display as well because, oh good goodness me. They just look beautiful on display as well, and they have built-in mirrors. So they're really good for like touch-ups on the go because they are, and the pink lining. Oh, anyway. Let me know what you think about that. What else did I have to show you? So, I'm thinking about my outfit today because I obviously have to go and do some setting up with Claudia. I really like this shirt, but do we go for a green shirt? I've been wearing a lot of blue and white and stone lately, and I feel like I'm missing my... Oh, goodness me. I feel like I've been missing my greenery. Oh, maybe we'll go for greenery. The blue is just so clean and classic, but when I'm at home, maybe the green? Oh yeah. When it's just a little over the shoulder number, I think we can justify the green. It's very me, isn't it? It's very me. I'm also chasing my tail with my spring summer wardrobe switch out because it's just crept up on me and I need to get my stuff down. So there might be a little bit of that as well, but I am going to head downstairs now. Oh my gosh, I've got so many boxes to open with you because I am in full organisation mode as well. So let's go have a look. When you look out and see that on the lawn, I guess divorce doesn't necessarily need to be on the cards, does it? I think it's all right. I forgive him. I have a little bit of an unboxing and I know that my last video was sponsored by Amazon and this video isn't sponsored by Amazon, but I will probably have to put that it is like an ad in the description box in some capacity because I work with them on a long-term project. But this to me is exactly why I work with them, because I have had so many things on my list to do, and being able to go somewhere and just add things that I need in order to get myself organised, in order to live life more cohesively, easier, and then just buy everything and it all be delivered together is honestly, many things have changed over the years, and what I love is working with brands that like I actually love using and working with and actually just use in the day-to-day. It's one of the things that I have to remind myself of consistently in this industry, because this is such an exciting industry to be a part of, because it almost feels like the possibilities are endless with it. Like, how long is a piece of string? You could do anything in this industry and it's very cool to be a part of that, but also you have to like remind yourself of why it all started. And it all started because of authentic reviews of products online and authentic tutorials and people shopping with their own money and things like that. And so it is part of one of the things that I have to remind myself of all the time, because it is so easy to get lost in the glamour and the excitement and the brand. Like, imagine, you know, you just never imagine that like a brand that you love, like a luxury brand, is going to contact you. And so it can often, you can almost be like romanticized by working with the brand versus actually where you would shop. And this is something I just keep in my mind consistently, because I always feel super fortunate that I was at the beginning of the industry, and I try to keep such an element of my mind there, because I think nowadays sometimes it's lost in a lot of the content creators. And maybe I'm just old-fashioned, and that's what that is, because I'm just an old-fashioned old biddy in the industry now. But I love that I get to do this and be like, oh my god, and I get to work with them on these things, so much so that I end up doing 2 videos next to each other. Anyway, rant over. Stuff for organising, stuff, all bits and bobs that I don't even know what's in each box. I think this one's already been opened, and this is one of the things I think that I was telling you about. So I ordered myself more food storage for meals and preserving. We use a lot of storage and a lot of Tupperware bits and bobs in the fridge, and I try my best to use good materials when buying these things. However, not everything is always as good as, or as safe, is what I would say. Oh, I found my box cutter in all of my organising, my little box cutter. So yes, sometimes like we had these, the bamboo lids one, and they just don't last, and they didn't seal properly, and so I wanted still glass ones because I think that they are the best. But what I was searching for was bamboo lids that actually closed. And so these ones, they do have a little bit of plastic on them, but I've done my best to find some storage solutions that are effective and good. So, oh gosh. So what you do is you pop the lids on like that, and you hope that they close, and voila. Voila. So these will obviously go through the wash, but that was me trying to find the best. And also I quite like things that look nice, and I like the wood. So I've ordered 4 of these. These are for meal preserving, sauces, vegetables, that kind of thing. And it means that we can keep things airtight. Nice and stackery there. So I've got another set of those. Again, 2 lids and 2 dishes. So it's almost like Ali and I have one of each of the smaller ones and of the slightly larger ones. But yeah, I wanted to find the best out of what is sometimes a bit of a bad bunch, with lots of plastic bits, things that don't last, and this was what I found. So that's in the first box. Don't smash it, don't smash it, don't smash it. In the next box we have, I actually always forget how sharp this box cutter is. Makes me nervous. Oh, hello, Pawsy. I ordered myself a batch of pens, but beautiful pens, because I am so sick and tired of searching for pens in my house that I bought myself a load. They come with these little refilled bits and bobs. I thought these were quite pretty as well. Oh, they've got extras. Oh, lovely. So these are just refills. So they already come with, oh, this makes me so happy. Just, you know, when my office is done, I'll be able to have a little pot of pens that I just keep. But for now, they're going in this drawer so that I always have pens, because I honestly feel like I spend my life searching for them. So those go in there, and I thought the gold was nice because I like gold. Again, it was one of those things that I added to my list, and I was like, Lydia, you need pens. You need pens. Aha. So this is just something that I thought was quite nice. So I ordered both Ali and I a little smoothie glass each. I thought these were a really nice size. We always have glass straws, and just for our little smoothies and things like that. But I also like the idea of having a lid to put on some things, just when I'm drinking, especially in spring, summer. We live in the English countryside. There are lots of bugs, and this was just, I thought it was quite beautiful, but also something quite functional as well. And they come with their own straws, which I thought very nice. And I actually prefer glass straws. We've had a lot of metal straws and glass straws. Glass straws can sometimes break, but the metal ones you just can't see if they're clean, and that makes me so nervous. I much prefer the glass straws, and I believe that this is a whole new batch of glass straws. I went through the kitchen cupboards, yes, and noted down things that we needed. And glass straws was top of the list. So I ordered a multi-pack. We've got straight ones and we've got little curved ones. Those will all go through the dishwasher. I thought a little kitchen, spring kitchen haul. These glasses are so cute. So cute. And I love that the straws come with their own little cleaner. And these, I thought these were genius. So I have a number of drawer inserts in my dressing room, and a lot of the time they slide around because they're wooden, and even with the plastic ones. And these are just little tabs, little sticky tabs that provide a bit of friction that I can stick on the bottom so that they just stay put, because it really irritates me when you're fishing around at the back to get things to stay. So I thought that was quite a good thing to just have on hand, especially for also on the bottoms of things that maybe you don't want them to scuff, painted surfaces, shiny surfaces, that sort of thing. Handy. It's handy, Harry. Next box. Okay, I have high hopes for these, and I think I might be disappointed. Oh, it's so pretty. This was giving me all of the Erin Lauder vibes. Gorgeous. Oh, wow. So I wanted these for sort of storage things in my dressing room, but also I thought about using one of these for my makeup, just because keeping everything in my bag, my little makeup bag, is sometimes a bit... Oh, I'm so impressed with these. These make such beautiful decoration, and they've got glass lids as well, so they look really pretty. You gonna see in the box, Porty? Wow, that is a real find, and it really does give me sort of Erin Lauder homeware, but it's from Amazon. Love that. Oh my dear. Now we have a big box, a big Amazon box, biggest of them all. Isn't that right, Porcelain? Ooh, else in here? So, I told you about, oh no, these are plastic. I thought these were glass. Probably best for in my greenhouse, to be honest. I told you about my spray bottles in my last video. I could not get the smell of cleaning products out of them. So I'm going to label these as not for cleaning products. And I'm going to keep these for plants, just because I wasn't comfortable spraying my plants with anything that smelt chemically, and this is just supposed to be washing up liquid and water. So I got these green spray bottles, one for in the greenhouse and one for inside. It's just really handy to have a little mixture already concocted so that you can just spray things when they get little critters on them, because like I said, mint, also lemon trees, they often get little things on them, and you just want to give it a quick spritz with some washing up liquid in some water, and it usually does the job. So that is for in the house. Now for some cooking bits and bobs, I ordered these for bread making. Very difficult to find the right size of these. I just thought it'd be so much easier than ripping up a load of baking paper and using these instead. I wish they were a little bit deeper, but just for lining inside the Dutch oven, I thought I'd rather have these, in all honesty. I did accidentally buy more of the 20cm ones, but never mind, I'll get through them because I'll be making lots of cakes, so it's absolutely fine. I also got myself a new proving bowl, which if I'm going to be making more than one sourdough at a time, I should really have a proving dish. So I ordered this on Amazon as well, and bizarrely it comes with a brush. I'm guessing that's just to clean it, but how lovely. I mean, I'll use this at the sink, and then this I would imagine is a bread bag. I'm nature in your hands. Due to the natural material, most shades and patterns may vary. Yeah, so it's like a bread bag, and you get a little brush to clean with, which I thought was very handy. Handy Harry. Now, these are another organisation thing that I have meant to get my hands on for so long. These are cable organisers, but beautiful ones, because what else would you expect from me? So these are little tan leather poppers that you use to tie up your cables. Now I know this may seem silly to 99% of you, but if you work in an industry where you use a lot of tech, having these to just pop around your bits and pieces. I actually got this idea from being at hotels, because they do it in hotels. They give, well, fancy hotels give you these little things so they tie up all of your cables. And I thought, you know what? This would help me with getting organised and keeping cables out of chaos. So again, you might think that's random, but for me, that is going to make organising all of my stuff so much easier. I also ordered myself some blue light glasses. I think these looked like the Miu Miu ones, but I am not buying the Miu Miu blue light glasses. Oh no, you'll have to tell me if you think they suit me. Oh, they're nice. I don't think they suit me as much as my other ones. You look like your mum, Lydia. But yeah, these are like the Miu Miu ones. I mean, I'll use them. I maybe just won't leave the house with them. This is the other size, I believe, of the rattan storage. So there's like a square one. Yes. This is a little bit more like a chest. I can't believe how good these are. Very, very like coastal grandmother interior style these are. And really good for just storing trinkets like hair bubbles, clips, makeup, accessories. Love them. But also desk tidies as well, keeping all of your bits and pieces on your that are on your desk. Just having something like this to just keep everything in. Love it. So this one I would probably use for my shelves and putting bits in on there, and this one I would probably use for my makeup. And then the final box, what is in the final? Aha! These I thought were so genius. As I said, I am hoping to do a lot more storage. I'm going to have a look at the freezer in the shed and see how much space we've got in there. But this is going to be transformative for when we start storing things for winter, like sauces and that kind of thing. Last year we had an abundance of garlic mustard in the garden, and I could have made so much sauce with it and then froze it. So these are called super cubes, and these would probably be genius for mums if you want to store things for children, but they are silicone, essentially ice cubes. They also tell you how much you're putting in, so it's got 1/4 of a cup, 1/2 a cup, so these equate to 1/2 a cup. They do lots of different sizes though. So this one you could maybe do like cubes of pesto, because they're smaller and shallower. So if you're wanting to do like a bit of pesto that you can just drop into a pasta dish or something like that, amazing. Then again, you've got slightly bigger ones. So these are a full cup. And then these ones, say if you're making like a portion of, I don't know, soup, and it's like a nice healthy portion of soup. Perfect. I thought these were really good. And what you do is you don't store them in the silicone, you take them out and then you pop them into bags or whatever, so you can just keep producing them and then put them into bags. And so you've got like lots of different soups in a freezer bag, and obviously label them, keep a hold of them. But I thought really good. I thought that was quite a game changer. I love a game changer, by the way. If you don't hear me say the word game changer in a video, you might want to send help. And then finally, these are bread bags. Hopefully bread bags that I can potentially use for gifting bread, but also storing bread, because at the moment I only have this one that I got from Etsy, which is very lovely, but you need to have a sort of breathable bag, and so I bought a few of these as well for storing. And I've started a clear out of the kitchen, so I've got lots of places to store these things now. But that is my little home haul of bits and pieces that I was just checking off my list, which feels so good. One other thing that I ordered from Amazon that arrived yesterday is these. I use these not for pegging my clothes, but for pegging bags, anything that I want to close up. Instead of using things like this, we have a few of these, and I'm actually going to phase these out as they break and move on to other things. These are just so good, and it's all you need. You can use like 1, 2, 3, depending on how big the packet is. Great for organisation. Also really good, I have some of these in my greenhouse as well. Really good for like helping plants stand up a little bit as well, but they're quite gentle because they've got this hole. So I have some of these in my greenhouse. I also have them here. They're just great all-rounders. I find clipping things to bits and bobs all the time really, really helpful. So I ordered some of these, and because they're wooden, much better. Well, my husband has been working away tirelessly in the garden. He's been clearing all of the wildflower around the chicken coop and giving it a good drink. And I've just spotted him working his magic in my greenhouse, and I thought I'd come and have a see what he's been getting up to. What are you doing? What are you doing in my greenhouse? Oh wow. Well, it's supposed to sit in front of this.
No, it's never going to happen.
That was the inspiration.
I was never sent any images.
You were there when we...
I didn't take that much notice.
No, okay, but you didn't.
I don't believe that it was hanging in front of a shelf. I think it was hanging along the apex.
No, it was hanging in front of a shelf.
Of the corner.
It was in front of the wire of metal. It was. Well, that is my husband's way of saying, Lydia, I was trying to do you a nice thing, and there you are, telling me I've done it wrong. Oops. I should have been there to tell him. He should have asked. There are so many things that should have been done differently in that moment. Hopefully when I get back, he's the type of person that doesn't like to start something and not finish it. So I'm hoping that I'll get back and he will have finished it, but I'm not hopeful because he has been working so hard. I'm not going to press him on it. I'm not going to demand it in any way, shape or form, but I am now heading to the stables to give the horses some haylage, put Romeo's rug on, and then I am heading to Claudia's to help her set up for the wedding. Back, back, back. back. Good boys. You don't help yourself, Romeo. Come on, out of the way. Thank you. Happy boys with their haylage. Happy boys! You enjoying that? You enjoying that? Okay, we have been setting up with Claudia's mum. We've been setting up. We even did these flowers ourselves. Okay, I'm actually very impressed. We are now doing the place names, and I'm knackered, but this is like my step count for the entire day. I love it. And it's also really interesting because I can see all of the people that were invited to this wedding day apart from me, which I think is... Well, I didn't get to vlog much when I was in there because I was very much enjoying Claudia's mum's company, and also my battery ran out, so I apologise. I did actually have one in my bag, but I didn't realise. I am just heading home now, and the sun is setting. I have to say, there's this really beautiful area between where we keep the horses and Claudia's house, and the views are breathtaking, and it's so lovely to drive along this road when it's like the sun is setting, because I can't even show you. I wish I could, but I can't. Anyway, heading home. I need to get an early night because I am up and I'm heading to London for my spring zhuzh. Oh, we did a lot of zhuzhing today. It was the word of the evening. We were zhuzhing the tables, zhuzhing the flowers, zhuzhing the candles, but I'm getting my spring zhuzh tomorrow, which means spring haircut and a spring colour with Imi, which I'm looking forward to. I'm now going to put on my book. I'm still listening to England, which honestly is a fascinating book, but it's very long. I don't even know how long I've got left on it at the moment, but we are currently at Staunton Moor, North Yorkshire, where they're basically he's discussing the habitats of the moors. We were just in Cambridge, which I think my friend who's also listening to this book will also enjoy that part because he's from Cambridge, and it's very, very interesting. So many interesting facts about different wildlife, different habitats, but it's just a very long book, so I've been listening to it for a few months now. If ever we were wondering who has been maintaining the trees in the paddock, it is most definitely Atlas. And look at Romeo. Hello, my boys. Are you doing some tree surgery, Atlas? Are you? Are you doing some tree surgery? Good boys. Good boys. Oh, yes. Good boys in the sunshine. Hello, my boy. Look at those beautiful ears. You are so beautiful. You've been pruning the trees. Good boys. Good morning, everyone. I have no idea what the weather is going to be today, so I have just opted for a shirt, dress and a cardigan. I'm probably going to regret this. It's probably going to be freezing, but I don't know what to do. I also need to put on some shoes. What shoes am I wearing today? A little Laura Piana plimsolls. Not plimsolls, loafers. They are quite tight. I like them. I think they go with the outfit and they're a bit more casual. Someone said on my last video that I definitely need more colours, and believe me, I want more colours. I'm trying to find the right brand. I think these are good. Okay, let's head to London. Haircut and hair colour, ready for spring. Afternoon? No, good morning. It just feels like afternoon because I have been in London so long today. I completely misjudged my outfit this morning. It is so cold. never mind, you live and you learn. I've had my hair cut and now I am heading to see Imi for my colour, but I stopped by Harrods because now there are so many different options in terms of the bag world for me. I thought I would like to go in and have a bit of a look around, and I have to say, it was like a mini meetup. I loved meeting so many of you, and I met especially the wonderful Aisha, oh my goodness me, from my hometown as well. She was going to have treatment today and she was just a tonic whilst having treatment, going on her way to treat herself at Chanel as well. Iconic, bless her, but it was just such a lovely, lovely time to head back to my old haunt of Harrods and have a look around. But now I am heading to the salon because I'm thinking like spring colour. I want a little bit more like, a little bit more gold in it. I really love the base colour of my hair at the moment. I think it just looks really nice and natural. I want to add a little bit of spice. I also just smelled spring for the first time, which is always very poignant for me when it gets to this time of the year. When I smell it for the first time, it just reminds me of how hopeful it makes you feel. I'm out of breath because I walk so fast. I only ever realise how much I walk really fast when I then try and talk to you guys. This is like my workout. Emi's just said the magic words that this is going to feel a lot more summery. Sorry, I was just saying to Imi that I didn't film anything because I feel like we've been vlogging for so long on the internet. How many times can you watch me change the shade of my hair by 1 millimeter? Oh yeah, this is very goldy. Very goldy.
I love that you don't relate gold with blondes.
No!
Like, I'm not blonde, I'm gold.
Yeah. I'm not blonde though.
Blonde.
I messaged Imi last night, I was like, so I want this. He's like, so you want to go back blonde? I'm like, no. No.
But yes.
But yes. I feel like my husband really likes it when I have a little bit more blonde in my hair.
It's a nice like spring texture.
This is so different though, because this is like a dimensional thing. Like you see different elements to it. But
exactly, you've not done this before.
He like asked a very probing question the other day when I think it was the last time I came to see you. He was like, are you gonna get a bit blonder? I was like, why do you care?
We did do a little bit last time.
Yeah, we did.
Like edging the way there.
Yeah, but this is perfect because it still feels like, this looks like my natural, like when I was a kid.
Yeah, your holiday after a holiday, no?
Yeah.
That's
I've got another holiday. My next holiday. I'm just working up in how many times I go on holidays. How do you do that? And you literally sprayed, like, you didn't even like spray it all over.
No, just the roots. Do you spray it all over when you use it?
No, I mean like you don't even, you're not like precision with it. No, not like I do. I'm like line by line spritzing it. And then you just manage to get it to just, and it won't drop. Like it will drop, but it won't like, that volume will stay.
Yeah, that will stay. If you tell my arms are open.
Yeah. Oh, I love it. Very, very nice.
So this is a mixture of like gold and like a bit of beige, so.
Ooh. Sorry.
Nice, I can touch it.
Love it.
No, that's really nice.
Yeah, this is the brief.
That's good.
Nailed the brief. Oh yeah. How do you do that? My reaction is the same every single time. I'm like, how?
How's that feel?
Really lovely. Yeah, I love it. I love it. It feels, I love the way it like catches the light.
Yeah, it seems like shimmering.
Yeah. I love it. Good morning, everyone. My goodness me, it took me a very, very long time to get home yesterday. I always think when I have journeys to London like that, how difficult it must be to commute like that all the time, because I think trains are incredible things, but there's just the smallest thing that can happen and your entire journey is messed up, and that can be incredibly frustrating when you're heading home and you know you're probably going to be heading back in the morning. And you think to yourself, I might as well just sleep at the train station at this rate. I am up and just quickly heading over to the horses to give them some haylage and just give them a bit of a check. I am heading back down to London this evening because I have an event with Steve Cordoni. Now, if you don't know who Steve Cordoni is, where have you been? I've definitely spoken about him, but this was a good few years ago because I think he was the first time that I discovered like a interior designer, and it's before I ever worked with any interior designers, but that I experienced finding one that I was like, ah, okay, you absolutely like encapsulate what I love. He actually ended up influencing me to buy my first antique trunk, and he is just, do you know what, he has very lovely energy. I've never met him, but very lovely energy is all I can say. And he is launching, I think it's his first book, and when the invite came in, I have wanted to meet him for such a long time. This was just an opportunity that I couldn't refuse, and I'm really looking forward to going. I haven't been given much info about what the event is. I don't even know what the dress code is, and you know how that sends me into an absolute whirlwind. There's a little lady pheasant just tootling across the road. Do you mind, madam? So luckily, I think I've got my outfit sorted. However, the weather today, I reckon, give it another hour and we will be in the 20s. I thought yesterday the weather was going to be like this, and it absolutely wasn't. So I think maybe my outfit for tonight would have been better suited for yesterday, and my outfit for yesterday would have been better suited for tonight. But that is by the by. I am gonna go check on the horses, and then I'm heading back to the house. It's the day of the week when it's absolute carnage at our house, so it is an absolute pleasure to get out and see the boys, especially in this weather. Then I'm gonna head back, give the greenhouse a good water and welfare check my beds, and then I'll probably get myself down to London and get myself ready. I've had a few deliveries this morning, but I actually unboxed them on TikTok. What I am now doing, I know I've spoken about this and you're probably sick of hearing about my handbags, but I am working on rebuilding my small collection, but with handbags that are a little bit different. Wherever possible, I want to wear British brands. If they're not British, I want them to have a real focus on craftsmanship, and I don't want them to have any sort of resale value whatsoever. Do you know what? Moving forward, I do not want to be wearing my monetary investments. I very much enjoy investing. It's one of the things that I have, you know, it's become quite an exciting thing, investing. I shouldn't be wearing those things out. And I almost feel like it is the silliest piece of advice the fashion world has ever had is, you know, investment pieces that you're wearing in the world that we're in today. But that's my opinion. It doesn't have to be something that you agree with, but that's just what I think. At the moment, I am searching for more dressy occasion because it is spring summer in England, and that means we have so many occasions to dress for, and I enjoy dressing for occasions so much, and I very much take a huge amount of pride in dressing, and I don't want to lose that with this shift in my sort of wardrobe. So I'm looking to curate some little occasion wear bags, and I am also on the hunt for my dream summer bag. Now, I have the most beautiful French market basket bag that was a beautiful gift from Master Chabran when I visited there with Ali a few years ago. And I wear it so much, but it is still slightly bigger than I would necessarily want, but I love it because it is authentic and it is from France. Like, it would have cost nothing, which is so ridiculous because it is a work of art, and those are the bags that should be like worth more. I need something smaller, and so that's what I'm hunting for at the moment. So I'll show you a few things when I get back, and I'm going to put on my book and crack on with my habit stacking for the day. Oh, also my hair, oh my goodness me. I think my hair is actually Imi's greatest work, in all honesty. I love it so much. Now, it always looks a little bit more defined when I leave the hairdressers. When I wash it, things start to sort of blend and merge a little bit better. But this is the golden blonde that I have been dreaming of for a very long time. I love the way it looks in the sun. I'm very, very happy. I won't be going any blonder than this, I pinky promise, because I do still want to be a brunette, but just a spring summer brunette, you know? Just want to be a usual spring summer girly whirly, that's what I want to be. So anyway, I love the fact that Imi's done my hair for me, and I've had a lovely haircut. My haircut feels very, very healthy. I say it every single time. Every single time I'm like, I don't even know why I'm doing this. Why am I booking this expensive haircut with Michael Van Clark? Like, I literally have Michael Van Clark cut my hair, and I'm like, why am I doing it? And every single time he cuts my hair, like, this is the worst advert for his services ever, but every single time he cuts my hair, I'm like, that's why. That's why. Every single time it feels incredible. He gives my hair a new lease of life, and that is why. I begrudge it. I actually begrudge it that I've become a person that would spend that kind of money on a haircut, but it is what it is. So, oh, and that reminds me, when we're thinking about spending money and talking about spending money, I do have to say, back on the subject of handbags, I apologise, but one of the things that I am learning about this process and how, like, everything has come about, and like I said, I didn't realise that there would be so much discussion around my reasonings for selling my bags, and there's obviously been a few, like, theories and conspiracy theories, one being that I'm releasing my own handbags, and I'm like, well, yeah, I told you that in the video. It's like it's some secret, and I'm like, no, I told you that. You only know that because I told you. And it's so funny, it makes me laugh so much. But the other one, which has been far more difficult for me to digest, and I've definitely had to look internally at myself, is the commentary around me being broke, and times being tough, and a recession coming, and my business being in the gutter. But this has been a topic that I think every single time I've had any kind of controversy online, people start talking about things like as if I'm going broke and I've got no work and this, that and the other. And I've realised that I instantly want to come out and prove that that's not the case, and I want to let everyone know that I am not broke. And I've realised that that's because being successful is important to me, and being seen as being successful is important to me. And so when people start speculating on that, it's obviously a little bit of an Achilles heel of mine. I instantly want to come out and say that's not the case, defend myself, because it's obviously something that I need to work on in myself. There's obviously a sense of peace that I need to find with the fact that it's okay for people to think you're broke, whether you are or you aren't is by the by. People are allowed to think what they want with the limited information that they have, and that's okay. But I think that I didn't realise until this, because I think I'm at a point in my life now where I can often take what people say and be misrepresented and misunderstood and have lots of opinions about me, whether they're correct or not. I can take that now. I used to not be able to take that at all. But this one took me off guard and I didn't realise. And so there's definitely something in that that I either need to just work on personally, or whether I work on that with Jacqueline, I don't know. She might get a call from me later being like, Jacqueline, I've realised that I have a little something going on about people knowing that I've got loads of money and and being very successful. And so I thought I'd share that with you, because I feel like being an open book these days has been very, very lovely for me. It's very nice. I enjoy it, and I enjoy having these discussions, but also being quite vulnerable about the things that I realise about myself. And that was definitely one of them. I didn't see it coming. I didn't draw the correlations between these handbags and me selling them, and that potentially being a marker of me being in financial trouble. And I just didn't even think. And so having that discussed about me is interesting, and has definitely highlighted something that I would like to get to the bottom of, because I'm sure my love of Hermes bags in certain attributes has been a contributing factor as to why I loved them so much, because they were the top of the top bags. I wanted people to know that I could afford them, that kind of thing. And now that I'm making a conscious effort to sell them and not own them, and I'm actually buying myself things like £18 Marks and Spencer's bags, it's definitely something that, you know, interesting to say the least. And yet another thing about being on the internet that I'm learning, that it's okay. In fact, you kind of want people to think you're broke, in all honesty. Yeah, in reality, nowadays, what I would say is that I think it's more of a flex for people to think that you're broke, which, again, arguably is very difficult for me, because I've always wanted to be successful. I always wanted to achieve certain things, and it's given me a lot of enjoyment out of life and being you know, a businesswoman, whether people like me saying that or not. And so yes, very interesting things come from things, and I'm like, oh, I didn't see that coming. That's so funny. But then the internet never ceases to amaze me, in all honesty. I think it's such a wonderful place a lot of the time, and then you just find yourself stumbling across these pockets of the internet, and you're like, oh my goodness, wow, so this is what some people do on the internet. This is what they think is right. I see it so much on TikTok, this like online bullying. It just blows my mind. And so, you know, I think it's both beautiful and not beautiful at times, which is sad, because I think it's such a great tool. But as we know with everything, the internet, whether that's cars, anything, you will always find people that misuse things, because we can't be trusted. Most of the time, humans cannot be trusted, as far as I have experienced. Anyway, that's a long rambling rant, and I did not expect, not a rant, but I did not expect to be talking to you for the majority of the journey, but I am almost at the stables now, so yeah, I'll see you in a bit. My brain does make me laugh. I've just spent the last 5 minutes smelling both of these bales, feeling completely unconvinced that either one is haylage. I was right. So they're just grabbing us a bale. I was like, I know by smell, and I was like, this just doesn't smell right. It is a bloomin' beautiful day at the stables, so my goodness me, I wish I was riding today. Whatever you do, don't tell Claudia how much I'm giving them. I'm definitely a feeder when it comes to my The view from the wheelbarrow. Oh. Come on. Off. Come on. No. There is nothing I love more than feeling like I've got enough countryside in my body before heading down to London. And today I feel like I've done that. Going to see the horses, now getting out here, giving everything a good water. My nasturtiums are coming up. This is just too exciting. But everything needs a good drink. Well, does everything need a good drink? Oh my gosh. Lemon balm does. Gosh. Everything needs a good drink. Everything needs a good drink. My goodness me. Jumped a little bit forward. I got home and was starting to get ready, and I realised that the outfit that I'd laid out, it just wasn't working. So I had a mini outfit meltdown, but I'm in London now, on my way to the event, and it should be a nice sort of whistle stop. I've got a specific train that I need to get home, and we're going to go ahead and see what everything's about. We're going to go and see his new book, and I believe he's been doing sort of master classes in the days up to this as well. But I feel like a bit of a fangirl. I love it.
I just wanted to say a very, very warm welcome and a heartfelt thanks to everyone for coming this evening. There's a lot of people in this room that I've either admired, I've worked with, or I've kind of followed on Instagram with Lydia. Creativity is such a beautiful thing and what I love, and so it's nice to be in a room with many creatives such as yourselves, and see everyone in, on this side of the pond, of the world. And so it fills my heart with gratitude, and I thank you all so very much for coming. This book is a labour of love. It is a project that I kind of thought about, when I started studying interior design 14, 15 years ago. Actually longer than that. I'm trying to make myself sound young now. It was a pipe dream when I was studying interior design when I was 24. And to be here in London, and after having done a really great sort of tour in Australia, meeting lots of people, it feels like a full circle moment. It feels more of a chapter in my life rather than a chapter within the pages of the book. There is so much of me in this book, but I hope that everyone takes something away from this book which actually represents you. Because whenever I'm styling a home, for me, you can fill it with all these amazing things just like in this beautiful room. But if it doesn't have a soul, and if it doesn't reflect your personality and the people that live there, and your story and your journey, then you've kind of lost the battle. And so for me, thinking about all those details, and I hope that you take something from every word that's in this book. It's basically my masterclass in a book, but we've packed a lot in there, and I hope you really find the joy in creating really, really special moments in your own homes. And that for me, fills my heart with more than you could imagine.
You have to sign mine as well.
Absolutely. You guys get special ones.
Oh, yay!
Special notes. Thank you. I just want to get to your
Good morning. My goodness, I am really starting to prefer my makeup like this. Having a full face of makeup last night, I feel like such a doll. I just need to build up my confidence with it, I think, and it'll be too hard in the winter months, I think. But last night was really lovely. Meeting Steve Cordoni was so wonderful. He is just as wonderful in person. It's so bizarre. He had this sort of, I think it was like a grapefruity fragrance on last night. I can still smell it on me. I think it's like got in my hair. It was beautiful. The whole area was scented beautifully, and it was such a different event for me to go to as well, because it was mainly sort of like interiors, publications and designers and things like that. And so it was very different for me. But luckily I bumped into the incredible Fiona, who owns Fiona Finds. I purchased one of her pieces a couple of years ago. They have these like cabbage vases, and she then very, very kindly sent me the matching one when they had it in, because I wanted 2 of them. And she's just wonderful. She's such a tonic of a person, and she's really adapted to like the social media world, and she was just wonderful. So it was nice to have someone that was so friendly and also just wonderful, because I think when you walk into rooms like that where there are people that are incredibly well known in the space, and there are PRs from brands and things like that, sometimes it can be a little bit daunting. And so it's always nice to come across the smiley faces and the really like welcoming people, because you know what I'm like. And also the moment that I walked in, thankfully Steve was there as well, so we got to like meet, and it was just this wonderful moment of like, oh my gosh, you are just so beautifully electric in person as well. And I'll link his book, which I have to show you, in the description box down below. And also I'll link his Instagram as well, because he's wonderful, and I think you'll like him and you'll find him incredibly inspiring. He definitely inspires me massively in his style. And whilst he is in the process, I believe, of selling his farm in Australia, that just means that there is going to be more projects on the cusp. So I'll show you his book, and it was so funny. In his speech, he was like, I really hope that you read this book, because I'm someone that doesn't actually ever really open my coffee table books, and I just use them for styling. So I really hope that you look at this one and also style it up. But it basically is just as beautiful as everything he does. It's called Moments at Home. It interiors inspiration for every room, and it has a shot of Steve's dining room at their beautiful farm in Australia. And the sage green opening, yes, I love it. This is him. And honestly, like, I think when you see someone with such a wonderful face and such a wonderful energy like that, you just know the type of person that they are when you meet them, and he was exactly the same. It is a beautiful book, really beautiful for styling, and I feel like this is one of those books that, like, in the interiors world, it's like, if you know, you know. If you know about Steve Cordoni, you know. And because that's what coffee tables are about. It sort of shows your interests, isn't it? It shows what you're into, the types of interiors, the types of things you like. So if you're into yachting, you'll have, like, I don't know, boat, what's it called, coffee table books. If you're into watches, you'll have the watch ones. If you're into whiskey, you'll have the whiskey ones. But when it comes to interiors, I feel like there's a lot of people that get a lot of publicity, and then there's those people that's like, ah, you have real taste. I love that. And Steve is definitely one of those people. So I think you'll love it. I know my audience love him. So many of you love him. I feel like I'm telling you about someone that you very much already know about. And I can't remember if I showed you the 2 summer bags that arrived. I don't think I did, you know. I think I was too focused on TikTok content, which is terrible of me because YouTube always eats first. Sorry, I'm having a bit of a day when I think I should have washed my hair and I didn't, so I'm faffing with it. I apologize. I think you're gonna love this bag. This has definitely been a triumph, and you're going to love me even more when I tell you the price. My American followers will love this because I don't think they'll have to pay any customs, because this is from J. Crew, and it's my first time ever purchasing from J. Crew. And this, well, it's actually the leather that sold me. This is English saddle leather. So beautiful. And then the most gorgeous wicker bag. It does come with a chain strap, but in all honesty, it was hideous, so I took that off. It's got really beautiful lining on the inside. I will cut those labels out because hideous. Not a single piece of branding on this. The wicker is nice and hard. It is adorable, and I love the size of it. It's even got feet. For a bag that is like 150 quid, I couldn't believe the quality of this. Now, as always with these things, I would like to sort of shorten the strap. If I could have it my way, I would probably shorten the strap to like that much. I know why they've made this longer, so it goes easily in the nook of your arm. I didn't need it. I would really like, in fact, I might, oh no, I can't because I'd need to pin it. I wish I could like shorten the strap on both sides, but if I shortened it there, you'd be able to see that it was shortened. But yes, if it was like that, such a better bag, such great proportions, and such a cute little top handle. But I thought this was brilliant. And then the other one that I ordered was from eBay, and you're not going to believe it. Now, I feel like I need to preface this because a lot of the conversations that have been had on my content online has been, is this not overconsumption? No, I'm not. Listen, I have to walk a line in my job, and I try and do my best. So you're watching someone try and do their best in the handbag world, and I'm not going to get it right. However, I do a lot of event dressing. I work in the influencer fashion shopping space. I go to a lot of events, so I do need a selection of bags. In an ideal world, and I want you to know this, in an ideal world, I would have just kept the expensive bags and worn them into the ground. The reality of owning those bags is very different, and that the cost of that, and I don't mean in a monetary sense, I mean in a personal, peaceful sense, is not worth it. And so as much as you might look at this and think it is overconsumption, it is someone trying to find their way in a situation that has probably caught her slightly off guard, and also left her in a position where she's sort of finding her way. So I really hope that you will allow me the space to just do my best with this. What I'm trying to do at the moment is find my accessories edit again. Anything that doesn't work will be resold on. As much as possible, I will buy pre-loved, because I don't want to be part of that problem. But sometimes it just won't be possible. If I buy them new and they're not right, they will be returned. I'm looking to find, and this is going to be my entire handbag collection, one small black and gold bag, one day black and gold bag, one small tan and gold bag, one day tan and gold bag, one small ivory and gold bag, one day ivory and gold bag, one small burgundy and gold bag, one day burgundy and gold bag. Would I like to have chocolate accessories? Yes, I would, because I started that edit. And I would also like to have 2 summer handbags. That's what I'm aiming for. So all in all, I'm probably looking at about 10 to 12 handbags in my wardrobe. And where I can, I will buy affordable. I will buy beautiful quality. Where I can, I will buy British. Where I can, I will keep that to an absolute minimum. And where I can, I will buy pre-loved. Where I can. But I'm just doing my best. So this bag was £18. This is from Marks and Spencer's. I missed out on this last year and I found it on eBay in an auction, and I waited until the 11th hour and then put in my bid, and I got it for £18. I'm really loving eBay at the moment for finding bags that maybe I've looked at and wanted but missed out on. This is such a dream. I actually might unpick this pocket. I always wanted one that was this size, that didn't have any branding on it, that had the perfect tan straps. This is definitely it. I actually think I prefer it like this. The pocket just feels a little bit like nothingy, so I understand why brands put their logos on it, but I might see if I can unpick that. But either way, this way is perfection. I love it. So this could be my day summer bag, and this could be my sort of more dressy summer bag. I can think of this with like linens and oh, gorgeousness. So yes, anyway, I'm gonna leave this video here because I have an entire reel to shoot for HOBS for their new spring collection, which is absolutely gorgeous. So I'm gonna get busy with that, but I will see you guys in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.